What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. And today I've got a story time for y'all that I think you're going to enjoy. It took place about a year ago-ish, around the holidays. I figured you guys would enjoy it. So before we get into it, be sure to press the like button, or no joke, no scam, this will happen to you. And without further ado, let's get into it.
Nice rack and her ass Brazilian. Just turned 21, but my bank's a million.
Alright guys, so as I said, I was chilling at my parents' house for the holidays, and I had my cousin there with me, and we decided after dinner to go for a walk before dessert. We just figured, you know, let's go hang out for a little bit, catch up, that type of stuff. And by my parents' house is this really nice bike trail that's paved. It goes like pretty far and it loops around and comes back. And, you know, me and my cousin are just walking and talking, and whenever I'm walking through a neighborhood, it's not like I'm paranoid. I just tend to maybe, like, look over my shoulder every couple minutes, just make sure that everything's going the way it's supposed to be going. And about 500 feet away from my house, like, almost when we're on the bike trail, I turn around, and I notice this dude with this hoodie kind of, like, following us. It looks like he's following us, but, you know, I don't know for sure, and I'm not gonna be like, he's following us, because whatever, people are allowed to go on walks during the holidays. It's not like we own it, right? But we get on the bike trail, and he follows us onto the bike trail. He's going the same direction. And, you know, I just kind of let my cousin know that he's there. I wasn't afraid of anything yet because he could just be walking the same direction. So my cousin and I decide, like, okay, well, let's slow down. Like, if we slow down and he gets closer to us, then, you know, he's probably, like, not being weird. So we slow down and he slows down enough where, like, he stays just far enough away where we're in sight, but where he probably thinks we can't see him, you know? And so we notice him slow down and we're like, all right, well, maybe we're scaring him. Maybe he thinks we're slowing down, so let's speed up. And so we speed up and we start walking really fast, and he starts to walk really fast to the point where he stays about like 500 feet behind us. And at this point, I'm starting to get paranoid. Like I said, up to this point, whatever, like, you know, he's just walking this direction, it's no big deal. But if he's slowing down when we slow down, speeding up when we speed up, and like overall just seeming like he's kind of a little too interested in exactly what we're doing, I decide to, you know, maybe try to just get off the bike trail. I'm like, all right, well, whatever. The bike trail goes straight. If we go into this neighborhood and he follows us, then we know he's following us. So we turn into this neighborhood and we decide that we're going to cut through that to get back to my parents' house, right? And I grew up in this neighborhood, so I know it pretty well. And so we're kind of weaving through the neighborhood, except for when you turn into the neighborhood from the bike trail, it's like one long street. So whatever, he had seen us go into the neighborhood, he had followed us into the neighborhood, right? And so at this point, me and my cousin are just kind of weaving and dodging in and out. We're not sprinting or anything because we're not trying to look crazy. We're just kind of trying to like quickly walk down this street and then turn left and then quickly walk down this street and turn right. And no matter like what direction I'm going or how much I'm turning and walking, this guy is somehow staying, like he's gotten a little bit closer, but maybe like 200 feet behind us, you know, just far enough behind where like we'd have to turn around and yell at him to ask what he's doing. But at this point, I'm 99.9% sure that he's following us. And my cousin's starting to freak out. I wasn't really freaking out yet. Like, I was really scared, don't get it twisted, but I wasn't like, we need to do this, we need to do that yet. And my cousin starts being like, we need to confront him or something, dude. If this guy's following us, like, we can't let him follow us home because then he's going to know where we live. So we just have to come up with a place to, like, confront him or something. And I'm like, no, that's a bad idea. We're not going to confront the guy because if he is following us, that's the worst thing we can do. And I happen to know that if we cut through a couple more streets, by my parents' house was this, like, electrical box thing where you could hide behind it. It was kind of like a cutout of the wall. And so I tell my cousin, look, we'll go there and we'll hide, and he'll walk past us, and then when he passes us, it'll be fine. We'll just go home, and it'll be like no big deal. Everything's gonna be okay. And he's like, all right, fine. So I kind of start going towards that turn, and we start going to the electrical box, and sure enough, the guy is still following us, probably about 200 feet behind us. And at this point, I'm definitely sure that he's following us because he's followed us all the way home. Like I said, I left the house, he was kind of on our tail. We've gone up this bike trail, weaved through the neighborhood, like done a full circle, you know, he's still following us. So I'm definitely starting to get like the sweaty palms feeling, you know, when you just feel like you're getting watched, like you just feel like something bad's about to happen. And so we finally get to the electrical box. And the way it worked is like when we hit the corner, the electrical box was kind of quick. So we got behind the electrical box before he came around the corner, right? So when he comes around the corner, we're not there. So So we're hiding in this electrical box thing, and we're not around the corner when he comes around, right? And before anyone's like, why didn't you say anything? Well, obviously, like I said, the entire time he was staying just far enough behind where like he could see us, but it would have been weird to yell out to him. You know what I mean? Because like it was at night on a holiday. I don't want to be the dude screaming in the street on a holiday. Obviously, if he would have attacked us or something, I would have been screaming my head off like a banshee, but you know what I mean? Like, I didn't necessarily feel like yelling at him, and I didn't think that it was going to be an issue, because, like, whatever, there's two of us. I don't know, I didn't think about it. And before anyone once again is like, how did you know he's following you though? So like I said, we were weaving through the neighborhood, and this is when I got a little nervous. We took 4 rights, and for anybody that doesn't know that trick, that's a full circle. You literally go in a loop. So if you think someone's following you and you take 4 rights and they're still following you, they're 100% following you, because why else would they just be doing loop-de-loops in the middle of your neighborhood in the middle of the night? They wouldn't. Like, you know what I mean? They're following you. And on top of that, I didn't want to confront him, because if he's crazy enough to be following me and my cousin through the neighborhood at night, then I don't necessarily want to confront him and like deal with that. You know what I mean? You guys know how nuts people are today. Like, you expect me to turn around and be like, hey dude who's following me, would you like to fight? No, because he's clearly crazier than me. I don't want to fight someone who's nuts, dude. That ends up with me like in a trash bag somewhere on the side of the freeway. I'm just gonna run away because I can live to tell a story time another day. But whatever, we're kind of hiding in this electrical box cubbyhole thing, and my cousin is freaking out. You know, I was definitely scared, but I'm pretending to hold it together. He's just like, dude, he's dead, bro. What if he's a serial killer, man? What if like we never get to go home, bro? What if he robs us, man? Man, he's gonna take everything, dude. I just got this phone for Christmas. I don't want to lose it now, dude. Like, come on. And I keep telling him, like, shut up. Because even on top of this, dude, like, one of the other reasons I'm scared but not freaking out is there is 2 of us, right? You know, we still have the numbers advantage. I'm hoping that this doesn't end up with me getting 720 no-scoped quickly. But whatever, you know. As I said, when he comes around the corner, we are not there. And if he wasn't following us or, like, trying to catch up with us or follow us, then that wouldn't have been a big deal. Homie would have just kept walking. It is what it is. But the second we hear him come around the corner and see that we're not there, he starts sprinting. Like, we hear the fast footsteps, you know, and it sounds like somebody's running towards us. And at that point, I look at my cousin and I'm like, don't move. I mouth those words, and we hear the footsteps getting closer to the electrical box, and they're moving past the electrical box. And right when they get past us, I see like the blur of the person come into view. My cousin lunges out of the hiding spot and grabs the guy and like tackles him and goes, Ryan, help. And, you know, that's not part of the plan, but I don't know what to do in this situation. All right, guys, I'm going to interrupt the video for a second. If you take a look at your screen, you'll see a gift card code. For those of you that don't know, I give one of these away in every single video. So do yourself a favor, subscribe, turn on notifications, and press the like button. Otherwise, your mom's a hoe. Let's get back to it. Anyways, like I'm saying, dude, this was not a part of the plan. At no point did I say we should tackle him when he runs past us, because like I said, I don't want to fight a crazy person. That's a bad idea. But in that moment, I have to decide, am I going to let my cousin fight this crazy dude alone, or am I going to help him? So I jump on top of the pile. I think that's the right decision, right? Because, like, you know, I don't want my cousin to have to fight this crazy dude alone. We could have avoided this altogether, but it's too late now. And, you know, my cousin's yelling at him, like, why are you stalking us? What's wrong with you? Why would you follow us? And we're just kind of like, we're not hitting him. We're just kind of holding him down, questioning him. And he's got his hood on. And he's just, like, not really answering. He's, like, struggling, you know? And we're like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And finally, my cousin, like, kind of, like, pushes him, like, back against the ground, and he's, stop, it's me, stop, it's me, stop, it's me. And I don't know who it's me is, all right? The voice sounds kind of familiar, but, like, my adrenaline's pumping, dude. I thought this guy's stalking us. Now we've tackled him. And so finally I'm like, let him up. And so we let him up, and it takes off his hood, dude. And it's my little brother. I don't really understand the situation at all, right? But my cousin, who at this point is like, once again, adrenaline pumping, takes my brother, or who's like, it's my brother, and he takes my brother and he pushes him against the wall, and he's like, why in the world were you following us, dude? Like, what's wrong with you? Why would you think it's a good idea to just like creepily follow behind us the entire time? You saw us speed up, you would speed up. We slowed down, you slowed down. Like, if you wanted to come walk with your cousins, that's fine, man. But then, like, when we slow down, why didn't you speed up? And obviously, that's kind of my question too, because it's my brother. Obviously, like, I don't want to fight him. I'm not trying to have him tackled by people, but at the same time, you can't be creepily following everyone and expect them not to do anything about it. Like, you could have said something. Why didn't you yell out and be like, hello, I am your brother. Please stop running away from me. It should have been obvious to him that we're like taking evasive maneuvers, right? Because he lives in this neighborhood too. I was not taking the normal route home. And so, my brother is like kind of mad that we tackled him. He's like, what's wrong with you guys, dude? Like, why did you guys tackle me? And we're like, why did you follow us? Everybody's irritated. Nobody's really happy with the situation. I understand his perspective. He's just trying to like walk behind his cousin and his brother on the street. Next thing you know, he's like tackled to the ground and we're screaming at him. Why are you stalking us? He's like, I'm not. Anyways, finally we calm down and he starts to explain the situation and like how we got here, right? He said he had wanted to come on the walk with us, but, was a little bit late. We had already left and he didn't want to run after us because he thought that would be cringe. Which, I think if you're trying to catch up with a group, running's the best way to do it, but he didn't want to have a cringe moment. Fair enough. I can't say I fault anyone for not wanting to do that. So he decided to just like be behind us. And so I'm still not understanding why he slows down when we slow down, speed up when we speed up. Like at that point, I'm just like, all right, if you didn't want to be cringe, you didn't then have to like basically follow us and scare us by speeding up and slowing down, right? And he's like, I just don't understand why you guys are scared. I don't understand why you would tackle somebody even if you thought they were following you. And I'm like, all right, fair enough. We shouldn't have tackled you regardless. I didn't do that though. That was my cousin. But let's put this in perspective, bro. It's a holiday. After a holiday where everybody just got some nice fancy things, we've got some of our new stuff on us. We're walking at night through a neighborhood on a bike trail where, we don't know the people. You're following us for a good 2 miles off the bike trail through the neighborhood doing circles literally on our tail. I could have made a nursery rhyme about that, dude. Over the river, through the woods, to stalk my brother we go. Like, you literally could not have made this scarier. And then the second that you can't see us, we go around the corner and hide from you, you start sprinting after us. So apparently looking cringe didn't matter that much. Once you lose sight of us, he's like, yeah, well, I thought you guys went back home, but I guess I can understand why that is a little bit weird. Like, okay, fair enough. And I'm like, okay, yeah. So if you're willing to sprint when you don't see us, why does it matter if we can't see you sprinting? Like, why does it matter? And he's like, well, basically once you guys had left, I thought you were home, like I said. And on top of that, the speeding up and slowing down was because I didn't want to scare you. I was trying not to scare you guys because I thought I would be scared if someone was following me too. And we're like, yeah, okay, man. Well, you basically did the worst job of that possible. And obviously it's not every day where like a situation like this happens. Okay, my brother is not a dumb guy by any means. Seriously, he's not. It's just like a street smart situation, right? Where he genuinely didn't think he was doing anything weird that anyone would be worried about. But if you're the person being followed, it's a little bit different. And I do have to give him some credit because he was a great sport about it. Obviously, as soon as we got back to the house, we started like making fun of him for it, basically told everybody what had happened. They all thought it was hilarious too. My cousin got made fun of. Everybody was like, yeah, man, just so you know, if you have a chance to let the person you think's following you pass you and not have an issue, take that instead. And I was like, yeah, okay, next time we're hiding, you don't jump out and attack the person. That's why we're hiding. All in all, though, it was pretty fun. I felt like I was getting stalked for a little bit, might have pooped my pants a little, but I didn't, that's what matters at the end of the day. Anyways, guys, I think that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, I would really appreciate you taking a second to press the like button. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought, and of course, subscribe if you're new and turn on notifications. If you really want to help me out, you can check out a link to the intro song down below, along with a link to my podcast, The Scuffed Cast, and of course, you could use code SCRUBBY at the G Fuel checkout. Another great way to help me out and get a discount on G Fuel. Other than that, 2 more things I gotta shout out. First things first, I did go ahead and put some of my story times up on Spotify, so you can check that out. I'll put the link in the description. Feel free to go give that a listen. I'd appreciate it if you don't want to listen with gameplay. And beyond that, we've got the Karen Christmas sweater, which might be the coolest merch to ever exist in the history of the planet. I'm not biased at all, but that link's at the top of the description. Be sure to go check it out. I'd very much appreciate it. And yeah, on that note, guys, don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.